Hieronymous Bosch is a man of mystery. Very little factual information is known about Bosch. He was born in 1450 and died in 1516. He is considered an early Netherlandish painter. His most famous painting is the Garden of Earthly Delights, though that is not the original name. It is a 3-panel triptych done in oil. This painting has been debated over for many years. What would make a man paint the images that he did? Was he in a cult? Or some psychological issues? Depression? No one knows for sure, but we have the 3 top theorists on the painting and Bosch. It is time to take a stroll through the garden and discover just what delights it really holds.
Well, it should no longer be called the Garden of Earthly Delights. It is the Millennium Triptych. Bosch was no Christian. He was a heretic. He was part of a cult. They loved sex. Loved sex. He is an Adamite. They love sex. Lots and lots of sex. When you look at the symbolism of the piece, it's not meant to be interpreted by anyone else other than the Adamites. It's all symbols that only relate to the cult. So, you see the naked lady there, we see naked lady, they see something completely different. It makes no sense to us. So, we don't really know much about the cult, we don't really know much about Bosch, they go hands in hand.
I interpreted Bosch's piece using Freudian symbolism to explore the subconscious that Bosch himself might have been unaware of. The dreamlike qualities of his painting relate to Freud's own dream theories, so it is an appropriate piece to connect to Freud's psychoanalysis. I believe that the middle panel of the Garden of Earthly Delights expresses the conscious and preconscious heterosexual yearnings of Bosch and the polymorphous perverse ideation in conflict with unconscious superego and ego that are part of Freud's theories. I used the Holt scoring techniques to assess Bosch's painting, which is typically used to score the responses to Rorschach inkblot tests in psychology, which has 11 categories, including 6 for the desires of the id, including the oral, anal, sexual, exhibitionist, voyeuristic, homosexual, and miscellaneous desires, and 5 related to aggression, which are the actively aggressive, the passively aggressed against, the potential aggressor, the potential object of aggression, and the results of aggression. When one studies this beautiful painting, which is haunting and enigmatic, one recognizes the tragedy of a homosexual, and also perhaps of an impotent man who dreamt and fantasized endlessly about all kinds of sexual pleasures, but whose punitive superego, severe castration fear, and sadomasochist pregenital fixation most likely prevented him from having normal, lusty sexual relationships.
Hello, I am Peter Gorm. I analyzed this painting really looking for symbolism. As if you look at the painting, there are many different things. A lot of them are nonsensical, like animals with multiple heads, different things, people being stabbed in the third, hell frame. And so a lot of these things really don't make sense, and my original assumption was that they all must symbolize something, in that he wouldn't just put a 2-headed dog, or one with only 2 legs, on if it didn't mean something. So I decided to go through the entire painting and look at every single paradox inside of it and figure out what they mean, looking at the Bible. Eventually noticed after doing that most of those really aren't in the Bible itself, and so I had to look at various other sources in order to actually find what those symbolism may mean. This approach really doesn't function that well to actually properly analyze the painting. Many of the sources were originally written in Latin, which is a language that Bosch himself would have not been able to read.
There is still much debate over Bosch, and with more and more paintings being removed from his list of accomplishments, the world may never know the extent of the meanings behind Bosch's work.